All right, man, this crowd goes on forever. Hello, Butler. It is hard to believe that it was just almost 3 months ago that many of us were here. I was sitting right over here and saw the tragedy play out on that day. The tragedy. And we're here to mourn, really here in sorrow, to mourn the loss of Corey Compertor, but not only mourn his loss, to honor who he was, because he's sort of the best of everything about America. He was a role model for everything that's great about this incredible country. We're also here to mourn the terrible injuries, almost life-threatening injuries, of David Dutch and James Copenhaver, and are so glad that they're okay and that they're well on the way to full recovery. Let's give them a hand. And also to honor and thank and commemorate the first responders that saved us from even more terrible tragedy on that day. Let's give the first responders a hand. Thank you. But you know, the best way to honor those who have gone before us, the best way to honor those who have served us, the best way to honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice is to keep America the greatest country in the world. And my friends, that's what this election on November 5th is all about. 31 days. In 31 days, we face a crossroads. In 31 days, we'll either get our country moving in the right direction, or our country will get down a path where we will wake up one morning and not recognize the America we love. This is the most important election of our lifetimes. And the choice could not be more stark. It's the choice between strength of President Trump, the guy you saw on this stage saying, fight, fight, fight. And weakness. Weakness we've seen under President Biden and Vice President Harris. It's a choice between common sense policies to get prices down, get our economy back on track, open up our energy sector, secure our border, bring law and order to our cities, and make sure Americans remain safe from adversaries around the world because we're strong, peace through strength, against an extreme liberal agenda of Kamala Harris that in her own words, wants to ban fracking, give citizenships to illegal immigrants, mandatory buybacks of guns, defund the police. And I want to tell you, this race for the Senate also is going to determine what kind of Pennsylvania we want for our great Commonwealth. And that's also a choice. It's a choice between a seventh-generation Pennsylvanian. I was born in Washington County. My dad was born in Indiana County. My mom was born in Punxsutawney. I like to say that because it reminds me of Punxsutawney Bob, my opponent. Someone who's an outsider, someone who's a businessman, someone who went to West Point, someone who served in the 82nd Airborne Division in Iraq. Against someone who's a career politician, 30 years in elected office, 30 years. Someone who is weak when we need strength. And someone who's been a 99% vote for the radical liberal agenda of Biden and Harris that's taking our country over a cliff. So we need to turn into this election and recognize that we're facing a crossroads. And if we take our country in the right direction, if all of you do what you need to do on November 5th. If you get out your friends, if you get out the vote, we need an army of people going out to save our country. And if we win this election, we are going to have the America we love for every single American. We are going to have the America we love for our children. We will have the America we love for future generations. But my friends, this is the most important election of our lifetimes, and every one of us and our children need to act like our life depends on it, because it does. Thank you very much. Thank you, Butler. God bless you. And let's make Pennsylvania great again.